I'm going to give you a little hint what I'm going to be talking about this Thursday. It's right there on your screen. I'm going to do a little bit of work and research into subject and Niji Sanji in general with their past history of handling certain issues like that, especially how they treat their talent. But no, just a little preview. I got a few things squared away underneath my cinder block. You know, I'm quite curious, and I'll put this on Twitter, and I'll ask the Cinder fans if they would mind if I tried to reach out to Cinder and interview her, because I think it'll make her fans feel better knowing that she's okay and that she is going to come back. But same token is that maybe it will help resolve the issues that came up in that what I call high school drama. But it's a simple fact being that sometimes talking to someone you don't really know is sometimes the best way to get your problems out there. And granted, yeah, like I have 9 subscribers. Hey, 10 subscribers by the end of the month. We can do it. Come on, guys. Let's get that one more subscriber. But hey, and maybe we'll have 11 subscribers by the end of next month. Anyway, but that's what I'm planning on covering at the end of the month. Not at the end of the month, on Thursday. End of the month, I want 10 subscribers. Okay. Oh yeah, here we are, Mass Effect. And like I said, if I can't get my game controller to work on Dragon Age, I probably end up playing. As you can remember, we used Minecraft, Mass Effect save editor to cheat a little, but that's all we done. Okay, we're still on the Citadel. I like to get the Citadel wrapped up in this stream, but the next stream we can start, actually get into the more in-depth part of the game. This first couple hours is a lot of world building, and sometimes a lot, like the first time I played this, I couldn't get through the first 30 minutes because it drags. It does. I mean, it's nothing against the game really, but it does drag. A lot of places where it would help for the little bit of the pacing, but I can't really complain about it. It is an excellent game. Story, once you get into it, the story keeps you. People complain about the gameplay, but I like the game. I think it's good. Okay. You see it's drifting. Oh. Of course, my coach freaking out. I am not going to play this game with mouse and keypad. There's no way in hell I'm doing that. All right, there we go. That's better.
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
What happened here? I have this all too. Yeah, I don't do the whole funny faces. With Mass Effect, I just go with the no default. Except for the name. Try to figure out why I named it that. Goes back to what I said during the first time I streamed this. You're in the military. They don't send you into the field unless you're properly trained. All right.
We thought this world was safe until the Geth showed up.
Smells like smoke and death.
I remember with that.
Hostile contact!
Not too much prattling with these types of games. I just shot the Geth in the balls.
Think we got him, Commander. This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Everybody doesn't like Ashley. Oh, I like her. At least at least Ashley has a character compared to Caden. I don't know. There's always in one Mass Effect game. There's one character that's pretty freaking.
That man was still alive when they stuck him on a spike.
Killing us isn't enough. The Geth want us to suffer. Impaling victims instead of just shooting them. There must be some reason behind it.
Classic psychological warfare. They're using terror as a weapon.
like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up. Oh God, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
I gotta
Clear,
admit,
clear.
I kind of like
It used to be beautiful here.
this type of combat style as compared to the later games, where you have the thermal clips. This you gotta kind of monitor your shot. You know?
That door, it's closed. Security lock's engaged.
Humans, thank the Maker.
Hurry, close the door before they come back.
Don't worry, we'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr. Warren, the one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the destroyers, bringers of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here.
Someone
before
needs
the
to be
attack.
shot
That's impossible.
or get medication.
Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry, Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications
I
network,
gotta admit,
remarkably
voice
well
acting
preserved.
gets a lot
It could be
better
the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime.
throughout this game.
Miraculous new
It
technologies,
carries on to
groundbreaking
later
medical
games.
advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please, this isn't the time.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape, no hope? No, I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Say goodnight, Manuel.
You cannot silence the truth. My voice must be heard.
Oh my God! What did you do?
That might have been a little extreme, Commander.
You can't just go around whacking people in the head.
It was only a matter of time until he did something crazy and dangerous.
I suppose you're right. By the time he wakes up, the meds will have kicked in.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
Good luck, Commander.
Like, you got
Form up!
Can do.
Huddle up.
Here we are. Of the
Saren. Nihilus.
sleep.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
What is that? Off in the distance.
I do gotta admit, the improved graphics really helps this game. Stop running around. The Three Stooges don't move as much as you guys. Okay.
Clear.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out. We're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
We took care of them.
Those things were crawling all around the shed. They would have found us for sure. We owe you our life.
I still can't believe it. When we saw that ship, I thought it was all over.
It showed up right before the attack. Knew it was trouble the second I saw it, so we made a break for the sheds.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
He knows later on in the game they're going to use some of the same voice actors hey, this is their BioWare's first Mass Effect game, so I don't expect a diverse set of voice actors.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. Only it was coming from inside your own head.
It was probably trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
If there's something you're not telling me...
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring, nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
What kind of packages?
I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
We're risking our lives to save this colony. You sure there's nothing else in here that could help us out?
Yeah, there's one more thing. I was gonna sell it after this was over, but you probably deserve it more than I do.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
He might have something to do with this whole attack, Cole. We need his name. It's important.
Yeah, okay, you're right. His name's Powell. Works the docks at the spaceport, if he's still alive.
I have to go.
Good luck.
Ah. Ah. Try it again. I mean, I kind of prefer this one with compared to the one I'm used to.
Eden Prime will never be the same again.
Somebody's gonna pay for this.
I do like the update in the banner of
Commander, it's Nihilus.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
What are you doing sneaking around back there?
I'm sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
You're saying Nihilus was murdered by a Turian?
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
We were told the Prothean beacon was brought to the spaceport. What happened to it?
It's over on the other platform. Probably where that guy Saren was headed. He hopped on the cargo train right after he killed your friend. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift.
I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
You ditch work. Then you cower back here and do nothing while the Geth butcher everyone else.
I don't even have a gun. What was I supposed to do? Run out there and die? I couldn't save them. Nobody could. It was horrible.
Your call's contact here on the docks. For the smuggling ring.
What? No! I mean, what does it matter now? So I'm a smuggler, who cares? My supervisor's dead, the entire crew's dead. Doesn't matter now, does it?
Anything hidden nearby that we could use against the Geth?
A shipment of grenades came through last week. Nobody notices if a few small pieces go missing from the military orders.
You greedy son of a bitch! We're out here trying to protect your sorry ass, and all you can think about is how you can rip us off?
I never thought you'd actually need those grenades. Who'd want to attack Eden Prime? We're just a bunch of farmers. How was I supposed to know?
Forget about him. He's not worth it.
You're lucky the commander's here, pal. Hand over those grenades.
They're yours. Take them. My smuggling days are over, I swear.
A lot of Marines died here, Powell. Those grenades could have come in handy. If I were you, I'd think of some way to make it up to them.
Yeah, okay. There is something else I was saving. Could be worth a fortune. Experimental technology, top of the line. Take it. I don't need it. I didn't want anyone to get hurt. Really, I'm sorry.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute that ship was descending, the next, those Geth were swarming over the platform. Thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the beacon?
They brought it here this morning. We loaded it up onto the train and shipped it to the other platform. Hard to believe that was only a few hours ago. Feels like a whole other life.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge. Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark as it came down. And it was making this noise, this sound that bored right into your brain. That's what woke me up. The attack came a few minutes later.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
the hole! Get down! All clear.
That was fun. A little action pack.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
And I'm playing on normal mode. There's been plenty of people playing Nightmare. Like I said, I want to highlight the story.
Hostile spotted.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
No shit. Yeah. Just cozy up to the bomb. just in the nick of time. Who are you shooting at? Freaking fire. Yeah, I admit the husks in the next one is a little bit better. They're a little bit. The AI is a lot better as combat.
Negative contacts, Commander.
I'm so happy Mass Effect worked. Like I said before, it's one of my. It is my favorite game. What Bioware did with this series, bring back the good old times of Bioware. The pre-EA days. Where it wasn't about necessarily getting all that money, how we can export more money out of players, but the gameplay was the most important thing, the story. Granted, the controls have changed as the games advance as far as combat, all that, but the stories from Mass Effect 1, pretty much Mass Effect 1 and 3, except for that ending. But anyway, let's investigate the beacon. Everybody talks about the ending until this.
Normandy, the beacon is
This amazing, actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up. Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
Shepard! No, don't touch it!
The cutscenes are just a little janky, but the gameplay is smooth.
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime, the Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
I suppose.
Doctor! Dr. Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
Like the morning after shore leave. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened with the beak, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know if that's what set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death? Destruction? Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
Chief Williams isn't part of the Normandy crew.
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
We prove Saren's gone rogue, and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
I think as soon as we get to the Citadel, I can switch the. Like I said, this first part dragged.
Hey, Commander. I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. I appreciate that.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Rep.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Yeah. There's nobody. Okay. We can do that after we take command of the dog. Okay. Yeah.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
I'll tell you the truth. The reason why I'm going to switch games, I'm kind of itching to continue where we left off with Minecraft with that ancient city. Besides, like I said, this first
Good timing, Commander.
part
I was
is
just
a
about to bring
drag.
us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Not that I don't like the first couple hours, but there's a lot of NPC talk. You know, this is as old school RPGs go. This is really how old school RPGs.
The size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower, too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side, then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to dock 422.
No Garrett's word for the Alliance. If you haven't caught on, same voice. I do gotta admit, when I first played this game, the loading screen took
This is an
freaking
outrage.
forever.
The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action.
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime. in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. If they don't stop him, I will.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy
What's
for
wrong
the
with those
Spectres.
lips?
The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Okay, when we next time we'll go to the Citadel, complete all those missions, and after that we actually get into real gameplay. Well, the actual meat of the game be a lot more engaging for me, since I'm good to play it. But I gotta admit, the remaster of the graphics, just amazing. I'll probably say the same. I still. Granted, when the original game came out, the graphics were amazing then too, but the textures and everything, like, I mean, look at these plants. It just, it's a lot different from the original game. And fortunately, I don't have the. We'll just do this. All right, we'll save it there. Right, and then we exit the game. I'm going to shut this stream down. In this particular stream, start a new one with Minecraft. And that way, you know, I'll post it on Twitter to